Many thanks to Job, DayZ Podcast, Taggies Tagwares, Pandemonium, Lion Loss and Lily for making this video possible. For the last 7 months I've been creating a way to condense all weapon stats in DayZ into one ultimate weapon score, allowing us to slap this weapon score onto any weapon we want to quickly rate it and compare it to other weapons. So now is the time to rank all weapons in DayZ from worst to best based on their stats. To explain how this works right quick, name of the weapon goes here, rank of the weapon here, and finally the overall score that I've given the weapon out of 100 goes here. This weapon score is based on the primary, secondary and tertiary scores I've given it down here, which are basically an average of the stats that you see below them. Got it? Good, great. Let's start with the worst weapon in DayZ then at rank 61, the M79 grenade launcher. This is the M79 grenade launcher firing these smoke rounds, and from these stats here you can see why it's the worst weapon ammo combo in the game. No damage, worst RPM and terrible range, but this is more of a tool than it is a weapon in its current state. Rank 60 goes to the flare gun, again because it inflicts no damage, giving it a very low primary score, of which primary stats are the most important and therefore increase the weapon score over here the most. The third worst weapon in DayZ goes to the sawed-off double-barrel shotgun firing the rubber shells. This weapon does damage, so if you want to get technical here, this is actually the worst firearm in DayZ. The same weapon is next, firing these shotgun slugs, and again in 57th place is the same weapon firing the buckshot. This weapon sucks so much that even buckshot can't lift it up. Another shotgun is in 56th place, the 133 firing rubber shells, which are the worst ammo type in DayZ, dragging this pump action down with it. Next, and even with the accuracy boost it got recently, the sawed-off BK18 is way down low in the rankings, showing us the dangers of sawing off your weapon in DayZ, because when you don't saw your weapon off, it ranks 29. The rubber shells drag down 2 more weapons, the double barrel one 54th and the Vega in 53rd. The worst pistol in DayZ is next, the recently re-added Derringer pistol, getting gimped by its low RPM due to its low ammo capacity and slow reload time. Only slightly better is the MK2, which is more of a tool in DayZ at killing infected quietly. Yet another pistol takes the 50 spot, but 80 of them can spawn on a server, making it the easiest weapon that you can find in DayZ. 49th and 48th with the exact same weapon score goes to the M79 firing the explosive or the gas round, but bear in mind this is the stats without considering the effects that the grenade has, so this is purely how good the weapon is when it directly hits its target with its projectile. Another recently added pistol, the P1 takes rank 47, but we're still a very long way from good weapons here. The 357 rounds carry the sword Magnum, as these rounds are easily the best pistol rounds in DayZ, but with how the Magnum is 12 ranks above this weapon, don't saw your weps kids. The Colt and the engraved Colt take 45th and 44th, but the only difference between these two is the spawn rate. The regular Colt spawns 4 times more often, as you can see here, putting it in front with the weapon score. Slightly better than these two and also firing the 45 rounds is the FNX, followed by the CR75. The pump action 133 firing slugs comes in 41st due to its low RPM and low range. Even with the mini sights attached, the range on the shotguns isn't great, only increasing it by about 5 meters due to its very low accuracy. The first weapon that is decent over range is the Sporter in rank 40 with its low damage letting it down. In fact, it lets it down so much that the next weapon is the Maloc, which is better than the CR75 due to the increased accuracy and range of the Maloc. One of the strongest pistols in the game is the Magnum due to those 357 rounds, followed by the Repeater that also fires 357s. The Magnum has the RPM, the Repeater has the range. The best 2 slug shotguns are next, the 43 and the Vega, followed by the first and worst SMG, the UMP. 33rd is the 133rd firing buckshot, which is worse than the Deagle and the recently added Bison. Slightly better than the Bison is the Scorpion. The Scorpion is best in CQB, where the Bison has the range and the mag size bonus. Like I said earlier, the BK18 is in 29th spots, 26 ranks above the sawed-off version. In 28th, the double barrel firing buckshot, a very powerful weapon up close, but in 27th is a pistol, which is better, and it's the best pistol in DayZ, the Longhorn, but mostly due to those 308 rounds. Another best is the Vega shotgun, ranking the highest of all shotguns in DayZ with that 20 round drum mag while firing the buckshot. The sawed-off Blazer and Mosin take 24th and 25th, which is again much lower than their unviolated counterparts. The best SMG in DayZ ranks in rank 23, otherwise known as the MP5, plenty of attachments and not bad over range either. The 9mm have a very high amount of air friction on them, but around 300 meters this weapon is still effective. With a weapon score 2 points higher though is the worst assault rifle in DayZ, the 74U, lacking in range and damage compared to the other assault rifles. The first weapon we can call a sniper rifle appears in 21st, the CR527, which is an okay weapon, but not great compared to other sniper rifles. The very rare AS-Val and AS-Val AP take rank 20 and rank 19, with those AP rounds giving this weapon a little boost. Otherwise known as the Scout, the Pioneer is the 18th best weapon in DayZ, which is very similar to the stats of the CR527, just a little bit better. Number 17 is the M16, lagging behind due to its lack of an optic attachment and therefore decent range stats. The regular VSS is slightly worse than the AK-74, but when you add the AP rounds to the VSS, it ranks slightly higher than the 74. Heading into the territory of the best weapons in DayZ now, the SKS comes in as the best rifle in DayZ, which I'm debating putting into the sniper rifle category because it works much like the SVD, just with worse stats. The very rare AK-101 is the 12th best weapon in DayZ, which is very similar to the M4, but the M4 has 900 RPM. With slightly more damage per shot and coming in with an optic as standard, the A1 is in 11th place. Top 10 territory now, and in 10th place the God tier Blaze, and this is not considering the double shot, but we'll come back to that later. Number 9 is the FAMAS with its high damage and RPM, and it's sitting very comfortably up here, but due to its lack of range, the AKM has the exact same weapon score. Only slightly above these two are all the 7's M70 Tundra in rank 7 with 71 weapon score, which is only 0.08 lower than the Savannah, coming in clutch with the ammo capacity, so the Savannah is better statistically, but do consider that you need a magazine with this weapon and you will need to deal with twice the amount of recoil. Top 5 now, starting with the LAR in 5th place surprisingly, with the M4 only slightly better due to its RPM and better secondary stats compared. Taking the title of 3rd best weapon in DayZ is the God tier Mosin, which I believe is down to how this weapon has 100% accuracy and allows a PU scope. No other weapon can do that, so it can hit targets at almost the maximum range possible in DayZ. The best weapon over extreme ranges for sure. One of my favourite weapons in DayZ is next, and it's the all-around AUG AX, making it the best assault rifle in DayZ statistically and also the best secondary score of any weapon in DayZ. It truly is a great all-around weapon, and you will find this 5 times more often than the M4. In first place though, being crowned the best weapon in DayZ 2022 is, you've probably guessed it, the SVD. It has 80.48 weapon score, which is 6 weapon score higher than the AUG AX here. This is a beast. It ranks highest overall in its primary stats, making it the best weapon for delivering high amounts of consistent damage over range. However, if we consider that the double shot for the Blaze is activated, the Blaze becomes the best weapon in the game, making the top 10 look like this instead. So these 10 right here are statistically the best weapons in DayZ, but if we split all 61 variants of weapons into their categories, we can see the best from each of the weapon categories here. If you want the details on the best assault rifle and the best sniper rifle in DayZ, these 2 videos are going to help you out a lot here. And bear in mind that this weapon score system that I've created, it's not perfect. It will be an ongoing project for me to evolve it over time and develop it based on your feedback. So I'd like to get your feedback below on how you would rank the top 10 or top 5 weapons differently. And based on your feedback, I will adjust the scoring system and maybe we can get better scores. And if you believe I should continue focusing on this weapon score system, give this video a like and let me get your approval to continue doing this. Thank you very much for watching and have a good day.